Hey, Willie, congratulations on tonight. Just kind of, if you could encapsulate what tonight means to you and how you kind of took everything in from afar.
Well, I'm greatly thrilled and honored, to have the the Bruin organization think enough of me to honor me for my number being retired. When I started playing hockey, I just wanted to play hockey and have fun. And then I played 2 years of junior, and turned pro, and went up with the Bruins in 1958 to 1661. But this is just a memorable evening for not only myself but for my family. To have my number retired and hanging up there in the rafters with so many other great hockey players that have played for the Bruins. It's just amazing, and I'm just thrilled and overwhelmed.
You've done obviously tremendous work with the Hockey Is for Everyone initiative. What is your hope in regards to what this means, moving forward as well, the symbolism and significance of this?
Well, when I started with the National Hockey League and the Hockey Is for Everyone program back in 1996, all I wanted to do is I wanted to work with boys and girls and help them set goals for themselves and work towards their goals. I played hockey for 21 years, and I thought I had something to give back, not only to the sport, but give back to the community. And the Hockey Is for Everyone program, it's a great program. I wouldn't have stayed with it for 24 years if I didn't think it worked. The number of boys and girls that I came in contact over the years has been just great. I work with these boys and girls and help them set goals for themselves. Goal setting is very, very important. If you believe in yourself, you need to set goals for yourselves and work towards your goals, and don't let anybody tell you can't attain your goal. When the doctor told me that I'd never play hockey again because I lost the sight of my eyes, I just couldn't accept that because he didn't know how I felt inside. Mm-hmm. And I still had one eye, and I just said, I'm just gonna let that doctor know that I'm going to continue my career and forget about being blind. And basically that's what I did. But goal setting, believing in yourself, work hard, because there's no substitute for hard work. You only get out of a thing what you put into it. And if you go out and work as hard as you can, you should pat yourself on the back, because that's all we can ask of you.
Thank you, Willie. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Anar, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. O'Ree. Thanks so much for doing this, and congratulations on the event tonight. I wanted to find out, you talk a lot about your career in hockey. Do you have a favorite hockey memory?
Oh, I have several of them, but I have two that I really think a lot of that helped me, play the sport. When I broke in with the Bruins and I scored my first goal was on New Year's night in Boston, the old Boston Gardens. It was against the Montreal Canadiens. And I usually tell this at the schools when I talk to these boys and girls. As we're warming up before the game starts, one of my teammates, Bronco Horvath, said, Willie, he says, if you ever get in on Hodge, the goaltender for the Canadians, because he was the backup goalie, he says, keep the puck low. He's weak on low shots. Keep it away from his glove. So we're warming up, and the game starts. The second period goes. In the third period, I'm busting down the left wing. I broke away from my check, and one of my defensemen, Leo Boyven, just hit me with a perfect pass. I didn't have to break stride, and I'm going in on. I go around the defenseman. Now I'm going in on Hodge, the goalie. And all of a sudden, I can hear this voice in the back of my head. Low, Willie, keep it low. So I go in, and I either shot the puck just off the ice or just along the ice and hit the inside of the post and went in, and that made it 3-1 for the Bruins. And then the Henri Pocket Rocket scored about 4 minutes later, and but the goal that I scored turned out to be the winning goal. And then coming up in 1958 and breaking the color barrier was just a fantastic feat. As far I didn't realize I broke the color barrier until I read it in the paper the next day.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Kevin Dupont.
Willie, a couple of quick ones, if I could. Did you play right side as a function of your eye injury? Were you originally on the left side?
Yeah, I started on the left side. And in 1965, I was playing in Los Angeles for the Los Angeles Blades. And Alfie Pike was the coach. And he had about 7 left wingers at training camp, and he only had 2 right wingers. And he said, Willie, have you ever played right wing? And I said, no. I said, I've always played left wing my career. He says, well, I want you to give it a try. I think I can use your speed on the right side. So now I switch over to the right side, and the boards are to my right, and I don't have to be turning my head to the left. I can see the play and everything coming from the left side. So I played right wing the last 12 years of my career, and I won the goal scoring in 1965 and again in 1969 when I played for the San Diego Gulls in the Western League. But it was just a fluke when the coach asked me to go over to the right side and try it out.
And the other one, I've spoken to you a number of times over the years. You've mentioned Richard. You mentioned Richard again tonight. What do you think he'd think tonight?
Oh my, he'd be so honored, and he'd be so happy. He was not only my brother and my friend, but he was my mentor, and he taught me a lot of things that I would need to know if I was going to choose hockey. He knew the type of individual I was, and the racism and prejudice and bigotry. He knew I could handle that, and he just said, forget about what other people think about you. If they can't accept you for the individual that you are, then that's their problem. He said, just go out and stay focused and work hard. And basically, that's what I tried to do every time I put on the Bruins jersey.
Thanks, Willie.
You're welcome.
Neil McHale.
Hi, Willie. Really appreciate your time tonight, and I want to congratulate you on this great honor.
Thank you.
If you think about some of the NHL arenas, they all have, there's certain ones that have some magic to it. We think of places like MSG, for example, but, how does it feel that
Project Literacy, an ABC 10 News special, sponsored by the San Diego Council on Literacy.
Thinking about new windows, doors, or siding? Then Window World is here to help.
You all good now?
Go ahead, Neil.
Okay, sorry about that. You just think about how special, having your banner up there, how special is that for you, but also to see that maybe you have players that, come into that arena that, see it up there, and maybe they were inspired by you at one point. I mean, just how nice is that?
Well, you're talking about young boys and girls that are coming into the game and having the opportunity to look up at and see my number hanging in the rafters. Hello.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I think it. I think it's great just to to be honored, by the Bruins, and being up there amongst the greats that played for the Bruins, and over the years. And when I think that when these boys and girls come into the arena and then look up, it'll give them the idea that you can do anything you set your mind to do if you feel strongly within your heart and within your mind.
Last question, Matt Vatour.
Willie, for you, in addition to what you accomplished as a player, in all this time that you've been in this role, how proud are you of the poise and the way you've carried yourself as a man and as a person to have people in the sport and so many people who never knew you when you were younger be affected by you now as in this role in your life?
Well, I was the youngest of 13 children, and most of my brothers and sisters had moved away, when I was growing up, and my younger sister Betty and myself were the two that were living home. But before I left to go up to Quebec to play hockey and in junior, my parents were very strict on going to school, staying, keeping your grades up, working hard, and they always told me to be kind and courteous and be treat other people the way that you'd like to be treated. basically that's basic the way I live. You know, I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy interacting with the different boys and girls and helping them, you know, set goals for themselves and work towards their goals. And I think I've learned this from my parents, and then I just use it in my daily life.
Thank you for your time, Willie, and congratulations once again.
Oh, you're welcome.